Hello bushwhackers and wild campers. I'm out tonight doing a bit of a hammock camp, and I decided I would have a go at making my own stove slash fire pit. You can hear some stuff rattling around in there, right? Out of a biscuit tin. Let's see how that works out, eh? So what I've actually got inside the tin are some magnets, just so that I can show you that it is steel, a multi-tool, one of those bottle opener slash can piercer things, 3 skewers and a punch, and that's the tin. So what my thinking here is to put some holes in the bottom for underneath airflow, some holes in the side again for airflow, and then to create some skewer points, probably about 3 of them on the top, to act as pan stands for if I want to put something smaller like a cup on. If I just want to put a pan on, it may work standing just across the corner, but you know, prepare for every eventuality, right? Right, let's crack on with this. I'm going to put some holes in the bottom just to, as I say, let the air flow. Now this is going to be rough, bearing in mind I am doing this in the field, so none of this is going to be polished. So the way I'm doing this is with piercing it onto the inside. All the rough bits will be on the inside, and it will also be a little bit raised on the inside too, and I'm hoping that will keep away the ash so that it won't block the holes up. Right, so now put some holes on the side. I think I'll go in between the holes I've already done so as not to create any weak spots. Right, I think you can see there are quite a few air holes in there now. I might even put a few, 2 or 3, see if I can create a few actually in the bottom. This is where I have a bad accident and end up stabbing my hand if I'm not careful with the punchy tool. So I've just created 4 little holes in like a diamond shape. There we go. So this little bladey one, there's no blade on it, but not quite sure what it's for, but that'll make these holes a little bit bigger still. Right, so we've now got like a diamond shape of larger holes in the bottom right underneath too. And I think in terms of airflow, I'm hoping that'll be enough, but I'm uncertain. So what I'm going to do is, you can never have too much airflow, so I'm going to put some in the side. This is going through quite easily actually, and again I'll do the same thing and enlarge each of the holes. Yeah, I think that's better. So I put 3 holes on the sides, 2 on the ends, 3, 2, and now it is a positively holy tin, because now I need to put 3 holes in, kind of like the pan stand slash trivet, 3 on either side. Actually, I'm going to use this as a bit of a measure. So if I just score, that's not. I'm actually thinking the pan stands should go roughly halfway across here. I'm doing these just under the lip of the pan, of the tin, so that they're close to the top. I think you can see what I've done there. Yes, I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little holes in the side there. I'm going to do the same now on that side. I can now drop these in to create a pan stand. That's not bad actually, is it? What do you think? And there is the option, of course, to move this around a little bit. So if you wanted to move it a little bit further over the fire or whatever, you could do. But at least then you can put your pan, your cooker, your cup or whatever onto these and move the embers around to suit where the fire is. So you keep the fire going at one end. This is my thinking, was to be able to keep the fire going at one end while the embers going to the other. Now the only problem with this is you cannot put it on the ground, because A, you'll stifle the airflow, and B, well, it'll just burn the ground. You might as well just have a fire on the ground, and that's not the idea. The idea is to create a fire pit off the ground so you don't scorch it, utilising a piece of junk effectively. And I do happen to have this nice stand thing. Yes, what I'm thinking is that would keep this nicely off the ground so that it won't score the ground. I will find flatter ground when I actually start the fire. This is just for the purposes of this video. And the reason why I wanted those two little magnets was for this. If I flip that over and put the magnets underneath, actually probably, yeah, as close to the end as I can get them, right? It just has the potential to stop that from moving around if the wind happens to catch it and being blown off. That's starting to take now. Right, so I'm putting some thicker bits of wood on now because I kind of need to get some embers going in there so I can cook on it. Well, I didn't know that would happen. The two magnets have dropped off and they have lost, they're not hot, but they have lost all magnetic capability. I had no idea that heat would take away magnetic force. Wow, that's a learning experience. Looking good, right? I have had to add a little bit more wood underneath because the embers weren't really doing it. But now, yeah, we're back on track. Now I don't know about you, but I think that looks pretty good actually. I know it might look dark on camera, but it's not that dark. It's just nice and kind of crispy and well cooked. Yeah, I'm going in. Biscuit tin fire pit / stove. This did alright actually. It was better for cooking my meal on than it was as a fire pit, because I did end up getting the my old trusty mesh fire pit out just because it spits out more heat. However, I would use this again, and I do want to try it with the skewers because I never got the opportunity to try those out. With using, because I used the big pan, and I just think it's better. It's going to be a functional twig stove, I think, whereas that's a proper fire pit. Nevertheless, it worked, and I'm quite happy with that, especially considering it's something I would normally have just chucked out. So what do you think? Do you think that was a good idea? Is it something you've done or would do? If you like what I'm doing on this channel, you know what to do. Like the video, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification. All of that costs you nothing, it just means you get a notification whenever I upload any new videos. And if you like what I'm doing, don't want to miss out, do you? Alright, you take care of yourself. Thanks so much for watching. Cheerio.